everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Wisconsin Weather Experts on this Thursday. Thanks for staying with us here on Fox Local, as well as our FOX6 YouTube page.
That's right. It's been a busy few days. I had a little staycation, and the weather worked out perfectly for me. Thank you. It's good to be back, energized and ready to go. I wasn't feeling foggy, but Wisconsin was feeling pretty foggy this morning, and we were not alone in that. It was a foggy commute here and, of course, for areas farther to the west. In fact, it was day 2 of a foggy commute for our friends in Minnesota. This is a look at what it was like on 169 heading north from Belle Plaine, if you're familiar with that area. This was yesterday morning, but they had another day like this morning, as we did as well, of course, here in our area.
And we even had a dense fog advisory for a period of time this morning.
Right.
It could very well be back tomorrow morning, so we'll see. It's just that time of year where we're starting to warm up a little bit, starting to see a little bit more moisture.
Right, yeah, we're getting a little bit more, and the dew points are starting to come up a little bit, so I would think we'd probably get some more fog tonight and tomorrow, but we'll get to all that in the regional as well, but some crazy video here. Yeah,
check out this crazy lightning strike from right here in Wisconsin. Oh my goodness gracious.
Wow.
Okay, so you clearly can tell that that lightning bolt hit the tree. This is up north in Tomahawk. So the homeowner says he wasn't even home at the time. His neighbor had to text him saying that his tree was on fire. The man's neighbors are later seen using lake water to put the fire out. Thankfully, no one was hurt. There was no damage to the property aside from, I'm sure, at least a little bit down from that tree. But
the sound alone.
I know. I mean, we all underestimate the power of lightning, and this really puts it into perspective.
It's amazing, and it's amazing to watch the tree kind of explode, right? You know, all of any liquid sap, water that's in that tree instantly turned to steam and exploded that tree out. So, wow, just fascinating stuff indeed. All right, shifting gears here and also shifting to the West Coast, a wet day across parts of the Bay Area. Video from just the yesterday afternoon near a park in San Jose. Some rather soggy conditions there. You see the windshield wipers getting an early season workout, I suppose. And they're still nearly 2 weeks away from the first day of fall as we are, which is a much more active time of year for that part of the country, so that's why they were referring to that as an early start for their windshield wipers. Ours have been going strong all summer long.
There you go. I'm sure a welcome sign for that area, though.
Depending on the area, yeah, you're right. I mean, we've been, obviously seeing too much rain, and now we've dried up. Parts of the West Coast still very, very dry, so hopefully that hit the right spots.
Yeah, and we'll actually talk drought coming up a little bit later on with Chief Meteorologist Tom Walk, so stick around for that. Now we have to talk about the unfortunate part of drought conditions sometimes, and that's fire danger, and the picket fire specifically. That burned for 17 days in Napa County. The good news is that it's out. The damage left behind, though, could still pose new hazards. Roughly 6,800 acres around Pope Valley have been left with what's known as a burn scar, and you can clearly see it in this video footage.
Dystopian or whatever.
It does. Oh, it's heartbreaking. So that's where the intense heat from a wildfire leaves the ground barren and brick-like, making it unable to absorb water. A lot of times this creates flash flood hazards too, and mudslide hazards. So just always unfortunate to see, especially in such a beautiful area, and that goes for everywhere out west. But the effects of these mudslide potentials, those can carry rocks and trees and debris downhill, destroying buildings and infrastructure. So it's a 1-2 punch here. Now, hopefully they don't deal with any heavy rain events in this area specifically, but that is always, unfortunately, part of the problem after.
Right, it's the after effects of the wildfires that you don't have the same root structure, you don't have the same tree structure to kind of maintain or kind of absorb that rainfall. And like you said, it creates almost like a brick-like situation with the char all on the ground there, repelling water in many cases. So we'll be watching that very, very closely in the days ahead. I want you to watch this closely. It's a time-lapse video capturing a few rounds of showers rolling through and moving through the Daytona Beach area yesterday. It's kind of a fascinating visual. You see the waves coming in, folks strolling up and down the beaches, and then of course those showers rolling through. The rain kind of fizzled out as the day went along.
It's still oddly peaceful.
Yeah, I would say it was oddly peaceful
to
indeed.
look at, right?
All right, hopefully we remain peaceful as we shift over to our
Yes.
regional forecast now.
Yeah, and it kind of depends on where you're at right now in Wisconsin. Some have clear sunny skies, others overcast. And that's after the morning fog that we dealt with. But you can see as we get closer to some of our southern communities, southern Wisconsin as a whole, we're talking Kenosha, Beloit, sunny, Janesville, sunny, even the Madison area sunny right now. But then you look at right outside of our station here in Brown Deer, north of Milwaukee, as well as the city itself, and then up to Green Bay and Rhinelander and Wausau. Those are the spots that are stuck under the clouds right now, and you clearly can see it showing up on satellite. So satellite is that fancy tool that we look at for cloud cover, and we're seeing all of this white right here, this bright white. That's cloud cover. So it's really the northern half of our state, and then down into parts of Fond du Lac, Sheboygan, Washington, Ozaukee, and northern Milwaukee County. Everybody else, it's like a clear line, as you can see. I do think we'll gradually see these clouds thinning out, and the rest of the day should be, at the very least, partly sunny. More of the activity is actually out towards the west. It's not much at the moment, but there's an area of showers and thunderstorms across North Dakota. This is going to move eastward here, so no impact to us. It's going to stay way north of at least those of us in the Milwaukee area and southern Wisconsin. But as the system continues to progress eastward, we will likely see more rounds of showers and thunderstorms developing throughout Friday and even Saturday. We have a slight chance here locally. It does look like western and northern Wisconsin more so favored for a chance for showers and storms over the weekend, but not going to rule out even a little bit here locally on Saturday. Now out towards the west today, here's the Storm Prediction Center's severe thunderstorm outlook. Notice that there's actually a pretty broad area here under that level 1 marginal risk and even a slight risk for eastern Montana as well as western North Dakota. But that's really the unsettled part of the country right now. There is a good chunk of the central and eastern U.S. that are dry and sunny right now, aside from Florida. Poor Florida still dealing with some rain, though it's not as heavy as what it's been in the past couple of days. In the past couple of weeks, that stationary boundary finally started to move. But here in Milwaukee and again the state of Wisconsin for today, it's really just a little bit of cloud cover from time to time. Notice too how those clouds should start to thin out late today, so becoming partly sunny, and those in southern Wisconsin, you're going to stay sunny all throughout the day today. Could potentially deal with more fog developing. You can kind of see it showing up early Friday morning now, but then just like today, sunshine is back in the forecast throughout the afternoon and early evening. For Saturday, you'll notice there really isn't much here locally, just a slight chance for a shower or thunderstorm, I think favoring western parts of our communities, but the UP could see some showers and storms as well as areas off towards the west, the Dakotas, maybe northern Minnesota, but these are going to be little pockets of thunderstorm activity. So nothing major, but something to still keep an eye on if you have any outdoor plans to kick off the weekend. Otherwise, Sunday is looking dry and sunny, and we are warming things up. Now, we'll still have the lake breeze today as well as tomorrow, so cooler temperatures expected lakeside, but then as we head into the weekend, even Milwaukee has the chance to see 80s, especially on Saturday, maybe a little cooler lakeside then Sunday into early next week, but we went from that really much cooler than average couple of weeks to now a little above average for this time of year. In fact, closing in on about 10 degrees above average for this time of year. And all that heat right now is towards the south. You can see how many communities are expecting to see highs today in the 90s, and we're kind of in our own little bubble up towards the north, but we too are going to continue to climb in the days ahead. So overall, we're looking pretty good here. Temperature wise, just warming things up heading into the weekend, and that slight chance for a few showers Saturday at times.
Very excited. Look at that heat coming
I
our
know,
way.
it's just south of us.
Yeah, exactly. Just when you were ready for the hoodies and the PSLs and all that other kind of stuff.
Mother Nature says,
Gonna
psych.
go back the other way. Well, you don't need anything like a PSL. You just need tap water here in Wisconsin. What municipality do you think has the best tasting tap water in Wisconsin?
We're lucky to have a lake, so
We're
there's probably
lucky.
a few.
Yeah, well, I mean, we also have like a lot of springs and
Yes,
other things
true.
around here, you know, and deep water wells. So yeah, we definitely have some good tap water. There's actually, I didn't even know this, there's a competition for it. And Janesville's water impressed the judging panel the very most. The Janesville Water Utility is the winner of the 2025 Wisconsin Best Tasting Tap Water Competition.
We're a highly regulated industry, so there is a lot of science and health data that goes into drinking water standards, and that helps us generate very high quality water that is extremely safe for our customers to drink. We do a lot of testing throughout not only the source water, through treatment and through the distribution, but then we also have to we have to be transparent to our customers and give an annual water quality report.
There you go. Janesville will now represent Wisconsin in Washington, D.C., where it will compete for the title of best tasting tap water in North America.
I would brag about that.
That's a
high honor.
Yeah, I mean, think how much money you could save if you didn't have to buy bottled water.
Exactly.
All that kind of stuff. I mean, the fine folks in Williams Bay know how important tap water is, right?
That is
they found that out in a hurry if they didn't already know. But yeah, good for you, Janesville. Janesville. What did I say? Janesville. Haswell, Janesville. Working on a collab. We'll be back with more Wisconsin Weather Network. Oh my goodness, we're busy. What is this show even called? Wisconsin Weather Experts. It's right here on the Fox Local and the YouTube. Stick around. I'm losing it.
The YouTube.
Yep.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Wisconsin Weather Experts on this Thursday. Dealing with a little bit of cloud cover here, but the sun will be back before you know it.
Oh yeah, and I can't wait. I mean, I'm ready for that feel of summer again, you know?
Yes.
But I know it comes with a lot. I mean, when we warm up and we heat up, a lot happens. I mean, good news, I mean, with the games, get good weather. But then on the downside, there's a lot of changes that happen, whether the weather is pretty much nice or not so nice.
Right.
But Tom's going to give us some more details on at least talking about the weather for the Packers, as well as even some drought. So take it away from us, Tom.
Hey there, guys. Yeah, so we had the fog this morning. Let's talk Packers here first because, well, the fog has lifted, and as you mentioned, these clouds are going to be thinning out. I was just looking at some new data, and I'll tell you, I think we need to be real careful later on tonight, even though the Packer game, the weather's going to be wonderful. Temperatures in the 60s at kickoff, winds fairly light out of the easterly direction, east to even east-northeast. Weather is going to be perfect. But here's the deal. Last night at around 10, 11 o'clock, that fog really thickened up. And you heard the National Weather Service issued a dense fog advisory last night and into this morning as a result. And I was just looking at some new data that is showing the potential for that dense fog to really creep back in, especially closer to the lake, which would include the I-43 corridor, probably Manitowoc into Sheboygan and Ozaukee counties late this evening. So that could mean folks heading home from the game could encounter some dense fog. And if you've ever driven that route before at night, it gets very, very dark in some of those areas. So I think folks heading home from the Packer game tonight really need to be on alert for that fog. And you know how much traffic there is, right? Heading home from the Packer games, especially the gold package game like we have tonight. So we're going to watch that closely throughout the night. All in all, the weather's looking great, but the drive home could be a bit foggy. Well, let's switch gears over to the drought and the rainfall. So, of course, we had a lot of rain with the flooding in August. But as we've gone into September, we're only a few hundredths of an inch of rain in the rain gauge, officially 0.06. And that's putting us at about an inch below average for the month so far. We're still well above for the year at over 3 inches, but we need some rain around here. We are dry. Now, from a drought standpoint, and we bring this up because every Thursday we get an update from the U.S. Drought Monitor. There hasn't been much change in the drought department, so we're not in any sort of drought conditions in Milwaukee. That's good news, but we're getting dry, and we need some appreciable rain. And as you heard in our regional outlook a few minutes ago, there's not a huge chance for seeing a soaking rain anytime soon. So bottom line is this. Again, it's twofold. One is the fog coming home from the Packer game tonight. Number two is that all in all, dry weather is going to continue. Just a couple of chances for some lighter rain showers or maybe a thunderstorm or two over the next few days as we start to heat up. So ladies, I'll bring you back in here, and all in all, not looking too bad weather-wise. And we'll get some sun later this afternoon.
All right, thanks, Tom. It's such an important thing to remember because we all, go up to Green Bay, enjoy the game, maybe don't always think about the drive home. And here's a live view of Lambeau. I mean, they've got the same cloud cover that we have. That's no issue, as we know, but just something to keep in the back of your mind. If you are planning on going to the game tonight, the drive home, you might just need to be a little extra aware with the fact that we could have some of that dense fog. And Holly, if you are not going to the game, which you and I aren't, you can watch that right here. Well, I shouldn't say right here, but you can watch that on Fox 6. Kickoff is at 7:15. We'll have pre-game coverage, post-show coverage, everything you need to know. So something to look forward to later on this evening. Switching gears now, this is pretty awesome. So educating students about agriculture and sustainability while providing fresh produce to their community. That is the goal for Fenimore High School. Fenimore is about 70 miles southwest of Madison. As Ashley Wheel reports, students are exploring new farming technology thanks to a partnership with Southwest Wisconsin Technical College. Check this out.
This is a hydroponic indoor flex farm.
That is a very easy way to be able to grow vegetables inside instead of being outside. This particular grower, it takes up 98% less land and water.
Southwest Wisconsin Technical College has provided 22 school districts with the innovative device.
But the whole purpose is experiential learning for the students.
Offering students new learning opportunities.
Where they're cleaning it, they're putting the nutrients in, they're replanting, they're managing, they're harvesting. All of that is intended to be student ran.
And getting youth involved in agriculture.
I come from an agriculture background. I live on a farm and we raise shorthorn cattle, and I just love being outdoors and I love animals.
Students Keely Everson and Madison Tollefson are leading Fenimore High School's farm.
I'm very excited to see how many different vegetables and fruits that we can grow with this grower.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where we can put it and how we can incorporate it to the school.
The produce grown in the farm will then head here to the school cafeteria.
I think that it's really cool that it's going into our cafeteria, that the food we are growing is going back to our school.
I think it's great. We're very blessed to have this in our community.
The students will begin with learning how to grow lettuce, but plan to grow and harvest more fresh options as the school year continues.
We are excited to get a grip on this. We are hoping to actually grow other fruits like strawberries or vegetables like tomatoes to put in our own greenhouse.
It's very exciting because I think the kids feel a lot of encouragement from it and empowerment, and just saying they're actually able to grow something themselves and show the productivity of it.
So the FFA Club at Fenimore High School also hopes to use some of the produce grown to fundraise for their chapter. This project is getting state-of-the-art technology from Fork Farms. It was funded partly from a grant from Cummins? Then Southwest Tech gave the rest of the funding. Southwest Tech says that they thought supporting K through 12 is critical and thought providing a farm where schools can grow their own foods was the best way to do it. And Holly, you even mentioned while we were watching this, just the technology from when we were in school has come so far.
Yes, it has. I'm so excited for those students, and I hope that we could get an update once they continue to grow more things. I'm just curious, and I think it's just cool that they're able to use that within the school and they include it in their lunches and stuff. Like, I wish I went to school there, you know.
It's something we can all look forward to for our children, right? All right, let's take a live look outside right now. We have just a little bit more coming up here. Oh,
wow.
On Wisconsin Weather Experts.
All right, welcome back to Wisconsin Weather Experts. We've talked about a lot so far, a lot of interesting things, especially just on the other side of the break where we were talking about at least the produce at that school. We got a lot more to talk about, a lot of fun and funny things as well. First, we'll get to what's happening here in Wisconsin that's super fun. Stephanie?
Yeah, we're talking about China Lights, which anybody who's had the opportunity to go, you know how amazing it is. But Berner Botanical Garden in Whitnall Park has been transformed into a magical forest for China Lights 2025. Brian Kramp has a sneak peek of the event that celebrates Asian art and culture with specifically designed Halloween-themed displays.
Yeah, and there is actually a Halloween-themed lantern here. I think his name is the Pumpkin. We saw him earlier today.
Yeah.
Huyan, great seeing you again. 8 years.
Yeah.
You guys have been doing this at Berner Botanical Gardens. China Lights is back with a new theme. The theme is?
Magical Forest.
It's quite magical, I would say,
Thank
too.
you.
I mean, it seems like there's more installations this year than previous years. Am I
Oh yeah, it's always bigger and brighter every year.
you guys brought the lanterns this year. So 40 different installations, and I had mentioned this before the break. 40 acres of grounds here at Berner. I mean, sometimes is it challenging for you to fill all of that space with something new and different, something we haven't seen before?
Yeah, it's a challenge to come up with new themes and come up with like things are different or bigger to impress our audience.
Right.
Like I said, well, this year is a magical forest, but we also have lots of other elements that can cater to different audience from different backgrounds, have different habits or hobbies. Sorry.
Yeah.
So why here right now we are looking at the prehistoric animals.
Okay.
So if you're a enthusiastic if you're very fond of sea animals or dinosaurs, that's where you want to go.
Yeah, well, I want to see this thing. And also, we have footage of that at night. As we look at it, I mean, the difference between day and night here at the installations is magnificent.
Yeah, it's completely
so
different.
stunning, right? And that's why I know that you guys open up at 5:30 and close right around 10. So for you, year 8, the challenge of making something different, check that one off. The challenge of wowing people, clearly check that off. What's next for you guys as we get going? Because you're already planning for the next year, aren't you?
Yeah, we are. We usually take the planning a year ahead of time,
Right.
and we will stay a little bit and see what people like.
Sure.
And we do this survey every year at the end of the show
Right.
To find out if people like the theme this year or is there anything we can improve for next year.
Right.
And I'm not going to say what the theme will be for next year, but we're already working on it.
Can I just guess? Is it going to be space themed?
It could be.
Oh, she's not going to bend.
Could be,
She's not going to cave. I mean, there you go. Fox Local on your mobile devices, guys. If you missed any of the segments earlier on this morning, please go there, check it out. Some spectacular installations here. The lanterns are up. All they're doing is waiting for you to get your tickets online or walk up. There is a price difference between the two, so you might want to do a little research. Just follow along and see where it takes you here to Hills Corners, Wisconsin, and Berner Botanical Gardens. Brian Cramp, Fox 6 News.
All right, that looks very interesting. I didn't get a chance to go last year, but I'm hoping that I can go this year, considering it starts officially tomorrow and it goes all the way through November 2nd. So we have more than a month. But let's get to something very interesting before we close out the show. So this is a collab between Van Leeuwen Ice Cream and Carnival Cruise Line. They say the flavor was designed as a cheeky nod to summer's signature scent and aims to combat what Carnival calls the end of summer scaries. I definitely have that.
Same.
Its ingredients include coconut cream, cocoa butter, and sea salt. And this ice cream is not available to buy yet. Hopefully, though, it will be eventually. I want to try it.
Next summer. Thanks for staying with us today. We will see you tomorrow at noon.